Hi there, welcome back to Think Tank Online Learning. So in this video, I want to reproduce this diagram. And in this case, we have a scale. So the scale is 1:2. So 1:2 means if I measure 10 on my ruler, that measurement will be 20. So that means we're going to reduce these measurements. Okay, some of you may have some confusion here. 1:2 is reducing, then 2:1. That's increasing. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, and this is not drawn to scale. So what I want to do is reproduce as it is. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to apply some blending of curves, tangents, and we're going to draw some ellipse and geometry. Okay, so if you want other videos like this one, check in the description. I have covered all topics that you need in engineering drawing course or technical graphics subject. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to use 6H for construction. As you can see, my pencils are sharp. I sharpen them using eraser. Okay, and I have my canvas, and I also have my set squares. Okay, so what we do, we're going to start by drawing what is. Let's say in an examination, you start with what is, right? So from this diagram, we can all see that this part is just to draw this rectangle. Okay, so let's do that. So the measurement from here to here is 240. Since our scale is 1:2, we're going to divide each and every measurement. So please be careful. You have to divide. Because in some cases, you may just divide the big ones and forget to divide. For example, here 30. Since 30 is not big, you may not notice it. So you have to be very careful at every single measurement. If an examination, I think it's best just to cut and write for 70, for 1/4 write 70, so that you may not forget, right? Okay, so let's start what I'm going to do. So we're going to start by drawing this line. Okay, take a construction pencil. Okay, so this is mine. So right here, I'm going to draw this line. Okay, and I'm just going to draw the center, right? So I'm going to go to the middle and draw the center, and this should be as faint as possible, right? So from now, since here is 240, right? 240 divided by 2, that is going to give me 120. So I'm going to measure 60 on each side, right? 60 right here, 120 and 60 right here, okay? And remember, I have 160 here, so that is going to be 80, right? 80, so I'm going to come here, and I'm going to measure 40. 40 right here, and 40 right here, okay? And from here, you see, these two lines, it's 40 from here to here, so that means that will be 20, right? And divided by 2, that's going to be 10 on each side, right? So I'm going to come to where I measured 40, and I'm going to measure 10 on each side, 10 right here, and 10 right here. And come here, we have measured 40, okay, 10 on each side, and 10 right here, okay. Then the distance from here to here is 40. Let's divide that by 2, and we're going to get 20, okay. I think for now, let's just draw this horizontal line, okay. Take a set square. Okay, so now I'm going to project this 60 up to here, and 120 right here, okay. And I'm going to need these two, this one, and this one, okay. And we know these ones are going to be the center. There's going to be a center line right here, okay, and the center line right here, okay, like this. And what? Okay, and from here we have a distance of 80, right? 8 from here, and that is going to be 40 in our case. So I'm going to measure 20 on each side, right? Come here, I measure 20, come here, and I measure 20, right? And I'm going to project this line downward. Okay, now downward. And now what is next? From here to here is 30 divided by 2, and that is going to give me 15, right? Okay, 15 from here. And now what? We have this ellipse, so the distance from here to here, it's 140 divided by 2, that is going to be 70, right? And from here, it's 240, right? So now, from here to here, I'm going to measure up to 70, right? And draw this. Okay, so since I've said it's 70, what is going to be half of 70? We can agree that it's 35. Okay, and the other thing that you have to take note, in some cases you may divide these measurements by 4. You may say 70, then due to confusion, you may say 70 divided by 2, so you have to pay attention to that. Okay, so the way that I like is to just finish what we have done. So let's outline, right? Just in case you may stop writing. So it's better to stop when you have something that you have drawn. So what is first to draw? Okay, these circles are easy to draw, but if we start with these circles, we're going to have too many construction lines when drawing the ellipse. So let's start with the ellipse first. So the ellipse is a minor axis of 70 and a major of 120, right? So what we're going to do is to take our ruler and come to this point, right? This is the half, and connect it up to here, okay? Like this, okay? And now take your canvas. So this is my canvas. Point it up to this corner, right? This corner, and strike an arc, okay? I hope you can see my arc. Then come to this point, right? And connect the canvas to that corner point. And after that, I'm going to draw a curve, okay? And now we're going to bisect this line from this point to this point. So come to this point and open your canvas more than half, right? Just like this. And I'm going to strike an arc right here, and I'm going to do the same right here, right? And come to this point. Don't change anything. Bisect right here, and also bisect right here. Now take your ruler. So if you don't know how to bisect or how to draw an ellipse, I have a video which I explained how to use the 4 center method. You can just check it in the description. Okay, so now I'm going to bisect. Okay, so now you see this point, the point where this line cuts, this is the center line, is going to be a center, and the points where this line cuts this horizontal line is going to be a center point. Okay, so now take your compass, come to this point, open it up to end center. Let's start with this center, and I'm going to strike on this side, right? And come to this point and open it up to this center point, and strike it on this side. Now we have everything we need, guys. So let's connect this center point with this center point, and this line should be as long as possible. Okay, and this one, let's connect this center with that one, and this one as long as possible. And finally, this center with this center, this line should be as long as possible, right? Okay, so now what you're going to do, just come at this center point, open up to this line, right? As you can see, up to this, right? And now what you're going to do, we're going to draw a circle. It's going to touch this point and this point, up to this, right? Up to here. Okay, and let's draw, okay, from here to here. Okay, just like this. Then come to this center point, right? And adjust your canvas to touch this line. Okay, and draw it up to this point, right? And up to this point. Okay, just like this. Then come to this center point and touch this point, right? This end point, you can see it. Okay, now come to this end point. Okay, just like this. And now what we're going to do, now let's come to this center point, and we have this circle, and this circle has a radius of 30, right? The diameter is 50. This is the diameter 50, right? That means the radius 25. So 25 divided by 2, that is going to give us 12 and a half, right? So open your canvas at 12 and a half. Okay, and come to this point, right? We're going to draw a circle, right? And this circle, the bigger one, is a diameter of 120, meaning the radius is 60. So now if we divide that radius by 2, we're going to get 30. right? So come to this and open 30, right? Okay, so that is 30. And now what? So these 2 circles and the center point, so see, this is going to be the center point of those 2 circles, and there's a radius of 20 right here, and 20 divided by 2, that is going to give us 10, right? So taking my set square right here, and I need center lines. Okay, so these are the center lines that I need. Okay, now taking my canvas, open my canvas at a radius of 10, come to this center point. Now I'm going to draw a circle, right? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, come here and draw a circle. Right, and come to this center point and draw a circle, and that circle is a radius of 10. Okay, let me try to darken it. Right, and what we're going to do, we're going to extend, the distance from here to here. So I'm going to get it from the diameter of this. Since the radius is 60, we're going to reduce it to 30. Okay, so that means the radius is going to be 30. So I'm going to measure 30 on each side from this point, right? I'm going to measure 30 from here to here. Okay, taking our set square. Now it's time to elongate this line and elongate this line. I'm going to need a distance of 60 from here to here, and 60 divided by 2, that is going to give us 30. So I'm going to measure 30 from here up to here. So just going to draw this line. Okay, so now taking our canvas, we need a circle that is diameter of 60. So the diameter is going to be 30, and 30 divided by 2, that is going to give us 15, right? So come to this point. Now going to need a circle that is a radius of 15, right? And now this circle, or this curve, this circular curve is a radius of 30, right? So come to this point, and I'm going to connect it with this point. Wow, just like this. Okay, and now we have everything that we need. It's time to outline our diagram. It's now time to add some center lines right here. Okay, like this. And now it's time to dimension.